Hello friends and welcome to Shadowfax Games. I am once again playing the blueprints, ready to jump into day 11. So I've definitely made some progress by unlocking the gate to the apple orchard, as well as unlocking the gate to the west side yard. So having that shed open has given me some real things to work with, new types of rooms and such. So we'll have to see how it goes. I've also ordered a book from the library, and I'm starting with 70 steps now because of that apple orchard. I do need to figure out what the date is because there's a puzzle that's there's the safe in the shed over here. If I put in the bunker that I need to open by knowing what the date is. Tool shed, shelter. Shelter is 3 red rooms, special floor plans, cost footsteps instead of diamonds. 2 special items. I'm gonna go for the 2 special items today. So the lockpicks, which are useful, I use less keys. And the shovel, which will help me with green rooms. Alright. I'm glad I was able to grab those. So the one problem with coming over there is it uses 6 steps before I even get started, but now that I have 20 extra steps, that's really less of a problem. Alright, I'm just gonna check my map really quick of where the fertile ground for the green rooms is. And I have the photo of that saved on my phone. Yeah, so they're more along the right side than the left side. But there's rich soil fairly close on the left side. I don't think it matters that much. Going to do the hallway and grab the key right away. Of course, I have the lockpick, so I don't need as many keys, but that's okay. Pantry, bedroom, nook. Going to do the pantry and get some coins and an apple for more steps. If I add a salt shaker, it'd be even more steps because salt shaker adds steps to food. Alright, let's keep moving forward. Chapel or closet or library. Actually, I want to do the library because I ordered a book. Drafting Strategy, June issue, Volume 3, Contents, The Potential Within by the editor. Gems, gems, gems. Gem strategies and tips. Planning your house. Estate layout and drafting. Top drafting combos, 5 combos you won't want to miss. Making a connection. Estate connectivity, tips and tricks. Suggestions for success. Word from the editor by the editor. The last person to borrow it was Kimberly Thompson. To the ambitious young architect, a fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you are staring at a blank canvas, you have unlimited potential and ideas to explore, but with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can also become overwhelmed by the countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Should I draft a hallway or a closet? How many bedrooms do I need in my house? Is a passageway really worth 2 gems? All these questions compound, adding layers and complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop simple and effective strategies that you can employ while drafting your house to ensure a successful project outcome. In this volume of Architectural Digest, we aim to provide some architects with some of those strategies and even assist them in developing their own. Gems, gems, gems. Every architect needs them. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their house designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle: have gems while drafting. One of the most common ways architects draft themselves into a corner is by not having the resources they need when opening a new door. If you lack gems to consider all three presented options, you may be forced to draft a room you do not want. To avoid this predicament, focus on drafting rooms that grant you gems and prioritize acquiring gems as early in the day as you can. This approach is a surefire way to set yourself up to success. I might have to note some of this down. I mean, I think I've kind of figured that out. Get gems early. Make sure you check for gems in the room you are in before clicking the door. I do this way too much. Alice F. Think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try to only spend them if I really, really need a room. I will never draft a passageway on the first 5 ranks. It's a simple strat that has served me well. If you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Don't pass up wine cellar even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I may have a bit of a problem. All right. So I'm wondering if these are play testers, and this is their advice. Craigo, Matthew M, Jenna H. Planning your house. When you begin drafting a house, it's important to start each day with a solid foundation. Draft early ranks first. A very common mistake beginners make is drafting a straight line north and ignoring the many unopened doors they have left behind in the entrance hall and rooms of the early ranks. When these architects reach the higher ranks, they quickly discover they do not have enough keys or gems to continue. Their day usually ends by returning to the lower ranks to draft from the doors they skipped, only to find rooms and items that would have made all the difference if they'd only been found earlier in the day. As the layout to the right demonstrates, even a path of rooms that snakes through the house and does not go in a straight line can also be structurally weak if you're leaving behind lots of unopened doors on the ranks behind you. By starting each day on a strong foundation of rooms on the early ranks, you will have a much better chance of finding success when you eventually start heading further into the house. I was kind of figuring that out as well. I'm not going to note that down. Top drafting combos. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft rooms. For instance, if you draft the cloister before the terrace, you will be down 3 gems. But if you draft them in the reverse order, the cloister would be free. Identifying synergistic pairs of floor plans is an essential first step. But determining the optimal order for drafting those rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chances of success. Foyer drafted before the Great Hall would mean that all of its many doors would be unlocked. Oh yeah. Drafting bunk room after nursery will give you 10 extra steps because it counts as 2 separate bedroom triggers. Office. You won't have to backtrack constantly to collect your gold spread from the office if you draft a conference room. Interesting. Yep. Attic. I haven't seen the attic. The more items you have, the greater chances of being able to create a contraption in the workshop. Making a connection. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You will find some floor plans only work by drafting other specific rooms. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when their connectivity is eventually discovered. The utility closet is a perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it can literally power up or down other rooms you have drafted in your house. I discovered the garage from the utility closet, powers garage door, and grants west path access. Actually, I did discover it from the utility closet. Dark room turns lights back on after blowing a fuse. Gymnasium turns lights off to prevent step loss. Other examples. One of the more simple examples, her ladyship's chamber has synergy with Lady Epson's other two rooms, her boudoir and her walk-in closet. The boiler room connects ducts from room to room to run steam power to specific destinations in the house. Laboratory, garage, laundry room, furnace, and pump room all have uses for steam power. Speaking of pump room, this room controls the water level throughout rooms in the estate and can interact directly with the aquarium, greenhouse, kitchen, and several other features located outside of the main house. In the kitchen, you can check which course is being served in the dining room that day. This will allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that will make the meal even more delicious. Besides counting as 2 bedrooms, bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. This will increase the amount of steps granted by the master bedroom, the amount of gold spread by tomb, and the amount of keys found in servants' quarters. Each time you solve a puzzle in billiard room or parlor, the difficulty will increase slightly the next time you draft that room. Just because you didn't find any items in a room when you first explored it doesn't mean that will be the case the next time you draft it. The day after drafting the freezer, it enters an automated cool-down refreezing cycle during which it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours. If you are stuck and don't know how to do a specific room, sometimes it's smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you come across, and there is a very good chance you will find a piece of information down the road which may help. When in doubt, draft rooms you have never seen before. Even if you do not think the rooms seem very useful, they may still hold useful clues and information to help you on your journey. Word from the editor. Although with this volume we have provided our readers with many potential strategies, tricks to try, we here at Architectural Digest hope that aspiring architects know that there truly is no blueprint for success. Forging your own path and coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide the best results. Each architect has his own favorite room, each builder has his own favorite tool, and thus each player will in turn develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets and tricks that they can share with the world or keep to themselves. Whatever strategy you employ, we wish you the best of lucks and hope you build the house of your dreams. So that was all very informative. I'm glad. There's a trunk here. I'm using my one key, but I'm getting a key in return, as well as a gem and some coins. Was there anything worth checking out up here? I remember there was like a list of collectibles and skills. So this just kind of tracks your progress. Both of these books. So I noticed that I thought it was the one room you put in the shed that causes classrooms like the library to spawn in. But once you've drafted it once, does it cause those classrooms to keep spawning in? I don't know. I should request another book if I can. Or do I have to wait till the next day? I think I might have to wait till the next day to request a new book. Okay. I want to go up and down if possible. Servants' quarters. +1 key for each bedroom in your house. I might want to draft some bedrooms first then. Commissary or freezer. I don't want to do the freezer. Definitely not yet. So I'll do the commissary even though that's blocking off a door. Running shoes, sleeping mask, sledgehammer. What's the sledgehammer do? Shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Okay. Maybe I wish I could have seen what it did before I bought it. With stairs, without 4 stars. The library has stars, so draft the library without the observatory. Is that what it's telling me? Interesting. All right, I want to go left if I can. Drawing room has a gem requirement. Nook turns right. Closet. I'm going to do the closet, then I'm going to backtrack. Going to check my map again. Yeah, I haven't used the rich soil yet. Okay, the compass drafts more floor plans leading north, which can be good. I'm glad I had this trunk in here, although it would have been nice if I had the sledgehammer first, so I didn't use a key for that. All right, yep, from the entrance hall. Actually, I'm going to go straight across. I'm going to fill out the lower ranks first, like they suggest. Do I want to put the pool in? Going to put the pool in. Okay, I want to go left if I can. Parlor, this will give me some gems. Is there ever going to be anything behind here? Seems unlikely, but I keep checking. Alright, so let's look at the parlor puzzle. The box, this box and the white box are both empty. That could be true. This box and the blue box are both empty. If that's the case, so these are either both true or both false. The other 2 statements have identical wording. They do not, because this talks about the white box. Well, define identical wording, because it's a similar phrase, but this says the blue box and this says the white box. So this is false, so these 2 are both true, which means this is where the gems are. Yes. Alright, so one word being different means they do not have identical wording. Good to know. Alright, I'm going to go north. The den will give me a gem. Oh, hey, I can use my sledgehammer. Perfect. Keys. Getting lots of keys in today. That will be useful as I go farther north. All right. Going to put in the nook. Which will give me a key. And then I want to go left if possible. So there was something about if I... Yeah, do something. So the drawing room... I'm going to do the boudoir. Alright, the safe is in here, and I can try the safe code. Although I don't think it's going to be correct because it was on a red piece of paper. There should be a picture here. I need a magnifying glass to examine it closer to see if there's any indicator of what the safe code is. I've got another code I can try. Nope. Alright, so I do not know the safe code yet. What's going on here? Just shoes? Okay. Alright, I want to go south if possible, although it's not entirely necessary because I can fill that out from the entry hall. It's the observatory. Bedroom or spare room, so I'm not going south for sure. I'm going to put in the observatory. So I should be at 6 stars now. What does 6 stars give me? No, so nothing from 6 stars, so can I do 2 different constellations? So I got a diamond and chests in the main hall. Yeah, actually that's pretty good. So I'm going to go back to the hall really quick and fill this in. I've got plenty of steps remaining. Yep, I'm going to go back to the hall. And get those chests. Alright. Especially since I have the sledgehammer. More gems. Alright, this would be an ideal place to draft a dead end. Yeah, I'll do the coat check. Do I want to check something? Do I want to pull the battery pack? I'll leave it unless I find something that says I might need the battery pack, but I'll have it available. Alright. I'm going to go north from here. Security. Or chapel or spare room. I'm gonna do security. Alright, so from security, actually, yeah, from security, let's see if I've left anything behind. Nope. And let me set my keycard system. I want offline mode in case I do manage to turn the power off to unlocked. And I want security level to low because I've got a lot of keys today. And lockpicks. Alright. I'm doing really well for keys, actually. So I want to be able to also go left if possible, but it's not entirely needed. Greenhouse is a gem requirement. I haven't been in the greenhouse yet. The pump room, I haven't been in either. Greenhouse is a dead end, which will require significant backtracking, so I'm going to do the pump room. So let's open this chest. I'm glad I have a sledgehammer. Lots of gems today. Alright, so what's going on here? Tank 1, Tank 2, reserve tank, pump control. Tank 1, 4 units, Tank 2. Alright, interesting. So, the pool is here. So, if I've selected the pool, hang on. Water source selection. Alright. So I could empty the pool if I have room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of water. I can put 2 there, 2 there. I could theoretically, and yeah, somewhere. So let's see, where's this one go? Do I need power here before? I probably need steam power. Okay. That filled up the pool. Alright, so interesting. So what if I saw a valve over here. Interesting. So how do I take water from here? Does this say? Okay, I think I would need to send it to a source first, so I need to put in more, if I'm understanding this correctly. So I would need to put in some sources of power, of water. Billiard room or the nursery? I could put in the nursery, it would require some backtracking. Going to do the billiard room. Alright, let's see how the math puzzle goes today. So 12 minus 10 is 2. 8 times 2 is 16. 6 divided by 2 is 3. This is the first time I've seen division, but it's the only operation left. Okay, 7 minus 3 is 4. Times 10 is 40. Divided by 2 is 20. I am really getting there with the... Yeah, I'm really getting there with the keys. I've got so many keys and so many gems. I'm going to use my lockpick kit. Passageway. Bedroom, which would give me extra steps even. Lavatory is just a dead end. I'm going to do the passageway. That gives me the most options. I'm going to go left and try to go down, if I can. Down is not an option. Going to put in the nursery. Got some dice to reroll rooms. Perfect. 2 of them, so that gives me 2 rerolls at a minimum. Alright, I'm going to go right. Or maybe I should backtrack to the observatory. Yeah, I'm going to backtrack to the observatory. Which is quite a lot of backtracking. But I've got plenty of steps. Alright, I need to turn left here. Not even an option. Bedroom. Laboratory. Gonna hold off on the laboratory. Laboratory. I don't know why I say it like that. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put in... I want to go forward if I can. Chapel. How about... Yeah, let's do the foyer. It's a 2-gem requirement. I haven't been in here before. Lord William Epson. Baron Thomas Sinclair. Major Nicholas Key 4. There aren't 4 keys there. Count Isaac Gates. Baron Edwin Sinclair. Giari Yena. Alright, I want to go left if I can. West Wing Hall should do nicely. And if I can get a green room down here, I can't. But I can start tomorrow with 20 additional steps. Hey, there's a gem. There's the sauna. Alright, so I want to go right and I want to go up. Veranda. This may not be the place to put a green room. Yeah, I think this is poor soil. Oh well. I haven't been in the veranda before. I've still got plenty of gems. So I'm going to do it. And there's a gem to replace the one. I have a shovel there. Coin. I can shovel here. Turnip. Which gives me more steps. Alright, right if possible. Green room if possible. Let's lockpick. I can't pick it. Patio, yes. Patio, let's do that. Okay. Old shoe, not worth picking up. Turnip. I'll take it. Key. Gem. I'll take it. Nothing to do there. What is this? A metal detector. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. I'll take it. Alright, I want to look at what the patio does. Spread, it spreads gems in green rooms, if I'm understanding that correctly. That's good. Does that mean there'll be more gems back there? Possibly. Alright. I want to go down if I can. Going to do the walk-in closet. That did block off a room for me, unfortunately. I could have re-rolled, I guess. Car keys. If I find the garage, that'll be useful. Hopefully I haven't missed my chance to put it in. It should be in one of these two, if not already. Alright, so I need to come back to the passageway, which is a bit of a trek back. It's nice that that metal detector beeps to let me know that there's something going on there still. Yep, here's another gem. So I kind of want to wait to put the patio in until I've gotten a few more green rooms in. Taking a left, then forward, then through the observatory. Down, around, and back up to the passageway. So left. Sauna isn't here. All right. I'm going to go right from the passageway. And I want to take a left if I can. One footstep for each room in your house. It blocks me off, but I'm gonna do it. So there's items in here. The Red Prince. To my encouraging uncle. I need a magnifying glass. I can't make that out. I need a magnifying glass. To my encouraging uncle, whom opened many doors for me, ever grateful. I'm just making sure there isn't anything new in this book. Doesn't seem to be. It seems to be the same, but that inscription is new. There's the magnifying glass. Perfect. Simon, I never intended to finish writing this letter, but now you must know that... Okay. Herb. The controls for the foundation elevator are located behind the foundation wall. This means the controls can only be accessed by another room adjacent to the foundation. Unclear if this is a security feature or a flaw. Please advise. Okay. This master bedroom has been insightful. Morajai box. Morajai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical puzzle boxes originated on the island Morajai as a children's game, but quickly gained popularity among seafarers who valued the compact boxes both as lockbox and entertainment on long voyages. Over time, the boxes spread from port to port and eventually found their way into the homes and hearts of every realm. A traditional Morajai box is distinguished by a lid featuring 3x3 grid of white and gray tiles. Each white tile can be pressed like a button, which will change the color of that tile in the surrounding squares. The goal of each box is to find a way to make all 4 corner tiles into white squares. These simple rules evolved as the game spread across the world. Regional variations introduced new colors and mechanics, offering greater challenges and local flavor. While the fad may have ended, Morajai boxes still make for a memorable gift for both collectors and puzzle enthusiasts. Okay. So if I do that... Yep, that's what I was afraid of. What's this? You have been awarded an allowance token. Your allowance has been permanently raised by 2. I'm not sure what the allowance is. Does that mean I start with 2 coins? Interesting. All right, so my only door left is going up, so I want a T intersection if possible. Or four-way intersection if possible. Archives. Or go right. Not the vault, because that would end the day. I'm going to go right, because I want to actually succeed in an experiment. So somewhere around here is a key or a coin. Or a gem. There it is. That metal detector is very useful. Alright. So I didn't successfully trigger either of my previous experiments. Okay, experiment setup. Alright, what are my options? Whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, gain 1 key, 1 gem, or 1 gold. Combine. Alright, let's see if I can trigger that this time. Would have been nice on the previous ones to actually increase my allowance if that's a permanent thing. Actually, I think I can check out. I'm going to log in because I think I can find out what an allowance is just to make sure I'm understanding it correctly. A set amount of gold granted at the beginning of each day. Your allowance is typically left in the entrance hall each morning. That's what I figured. Alright. Alright, I need to go left. Kitchen. Mailroom. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. Kitchen. I'm gonna hold off on buying anything. Alright, left and up if possible. I really need some more options here. Leads to a room color of your choice. Should I use one of my dice? I'm going. Secret passageway leads to room of a color of your choice. Chapel. I'm going to do the chapel, even though I haven't done the showroom. Right. Yep. All right, I want to go left and fill in this spot. Courtyard, dining room. Going to do the courtyard. Let's open this up. Gems and key. Also, some places to dig up. Pebbles, not even worth picking up. A rock, not worth picking up. Okay. Alright, I want to go down if possible. Office. Locksmith. I got stuck on the Chamber of Mirrors last time. I'm going to do, I'm going to try redrawing and see if I can get one that goes down. I did not. Okay, I guess, the dining room would be it. My metal detector isn't alerting. Alright, so I did lose another space here. I'm going to keep going left. Gymnasium, when you enter, lose 2 steps. Corridor or drawing room. I'm going to do the corridor. And then I want to go right if possible. Aquarium. Storeroom. I'm going to do the storeroom. I don't hear the metal detector, so not missing anything else in here. I've got several places where I can go up. The dining room is the first one. Breaker box. Or the office. I'm going to do the office, and that's going to trigger my experiment. Experiment successful. Thank you. Right, is this an upgrade disc? It is an upgrade disc. What's going on here? The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put another work order before Simon arrives. Just make sure the west and east levers are operational. I found a broken lever at one point. Where did I find that broken lever? Interesting. Alright, so... let's spread gold in the estate. I believe I can check I can check the email here. Oh. Log into network. Swan song. I don't know, I must have mistyped that. Email, I know this is the place to check email, I'm pretty sure. The back indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know and we will fix our regular service visit next week. Okay. So I need to get all 6 indicators to purple, and then I can get them to white. Dear Herbert, we just wanted to let you know that the changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured your plans will be executed down to the last detail. Okay. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you are out here next week, please test that the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans until the last minute. As soon as you decide on definite plans for the holidays, please pass a message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this confounded electronic typewriter. All right. Yeah, let's insert the upgrade disc. So I'm upgrading the spare room. I guess I can make it. Gonna make it a bedroom. Interesting. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Of the Queen. I'm gonna note this down because I think this is a clue to the hall. All right, some of them are red and one is not, so I should note that as well. All right. Any... What? I did not mean to do that, but cool. Where am I at? I'm going to check the safe code again, even though I'm still pretty sure it's not a correct code. It is not a correct code. Yeah. I think that note, I need to go back to the hall and see which of these busts is who. But this is interesting. I suspect that they may be knowing which of these busts is which. I may be the answer to the safe combination. It's just a guess. Straight ahead if I can. I can't do the ballroom. I could go ahead and try the breaker room. Okay. Can turn the gymnasium. All right. So I need to set them all to purple. Purple. Okay. Green. 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 Blue. Purple. Okay, I'm not really understanding the rule here. Okay, so hang on, if it's green. So clicking blue moves blue to the left. How did I initially get that purple? Okay. So, purple. So if I can get this back to blue. Okay, clicking a blue next to a red makes a purple. Clicking a blue moves blue to the left. Got it. Yep, so... Okay, they're all purple, so now the white one should appear. Blue. Oh no. I messed up. Okay. Is there a way to reset this? Okay, so this one needs to be white. No. This one needs to be white. This one needs to be red. Okay, so that's all correct. This is all correct. This one just needs to be off. Holy cow. What did we just find? Cool. The Gemstone Cavern has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with 2 gemstones. Beautiful. I'm gonna turn the keycard entry system off in case I happen to run into a keycard. Alright, so now I need to go back to the courtyard. I want to go up, but possibly right as well. I turned off the power to the gymnasium, didn't I? Let me double check. Well, I did. Yep. Double checking would have cost me more footprints than I would have lost. I'd like to turn left if possible, but also right. I don't have enough gems for that. Going to put in the dark room. But then I can go... Oh. Thank you, metal detector. Should I grab some steps? I'm not going to worry about having the aquarium. I had a chance to put that in. Nope, this is not the direction. Now I should be able to see in the dark room. I can. Now I kind of went through this already. Yep, so I haven't found the levers yet. In Hartley's room are always false. I knew that. Hey, there's an electronic pass, not that I need it today. I solved that. I've unlocked the orchard. What is... I don't remember this. Is there a clue in there that I'm missing? Maybe. All right. Oh, here's the... slightly more developed. Seems like... there's not really any clues here. Or if there are, I'm missing how to get them. Is there some way to combine these different ones to get me some information? I don't know. All right, I'm going to try to go down. Can't do the music room. I don't need steps, so I'm not going to do the bunk room. Going to do the laundry room. I haven't been in here. We'll exchange all of your gems with all of your coins. Interesting. At a 1-to-1 rate. So I could... get some gems. Interesting. So that's an interesting service, but I could potentially fill out one more room with a high gem count. Could do the ballroom or the study. Going to do the ballroom. It's got me another coin. Under these stars, the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on, and music swells, and at the end the clock strikes 12. What means only time can tell. Two remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands, and as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands, the true time lost in past romance. Interesting. Okay. What's going on here? Clara and Simon in Eclipse Ball, 1952. There's a diagram here. I wonder if doing this doesn't seem to do anything. Alright. I want to come back to the master bedroom. This is all the doors I can explore for today. But now that I have a magnifying glass, I want to come back to the master bedroom. Because there's a note I want to read. P.S. They made me change the ending, of course, as you predicted. Hang on, let's go all the way to the end. They made her change the ending. Okay, so they had two sons though, right? So I'm confused. All right, I'm gonna go check out the gem mine. Because I think that's about all I can do for today. Where's the way out of here? Through the pump room. Actually, can I send water to the kitchen? Apparently I can. What if I change this. I don't know. This, I think, is a puzzle for another day. I need steam to power this one up. All right. I wonder what happens if I emptied the pool altogether. Alright, I'm going over to the gem mine. Now that I unlocked that. So once again, I feel a little bit excited that I've actually made progress. Yes. Okay, what happens now? Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so that unlocked. Does this have to say, here's the last equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're going to need more than this, especially if we're going to limit excavation to 2 stones per day. As told by the engineer, that getting greedier than that might risk structural integrity of the cave walls, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion, at least for now. We've managed to remove all but one mine cart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were rusted down and worn down to be 2 of which were too rusted to be and worn down to be any of use to us up here. So Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure that the foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now there's still one more cart to track down there, but it's locked on a short track and it's way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I suggest someone can move it from the other side if they can get over there. The boss informed us that there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're going to leave it for someone else to finish it up if the old man really wants it. Okay, so there's something about another mine cart and the reservoir. So nothing else to do here, but that starts me with 2 gems daily, which is perfect. As well as footsteps daily from the apple orchard. So I'm going to come down here and see what just opened up here. Sorry if this is a bit of a longer episode. I wasn't expecting to discover quite so much this time around. There's a whole cavern down here. Whoa. Fortunately, there's invisible walls there. Alright. What do we got here? Foreman's Log 3. 7/2/1915. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, dirt, we have uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed with tight soil, rock, and debris. The site is either much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Ooh. Interesting. There's got to be some sort of pattern to unlock here. Oh! This is the layout of the house and the antechamber. So, okay. Yes, okay. I don't know if there's some way I'm supposed to solve this, but I'm just kind of brute forcing it. I'm literally just putting it on every square until I find the correct square. So I don't know if there's some way to solve this more logically. Oh, no. Go back to your square. I literally don't have a place for the queen. Okay. Checking every row over here. Make sure I didn't miss a square. Check every row along here. Huh. I'm gonna take a picture of that. I think that's probably a clue to something. And by think, I mean I know that's a clue to something, I just don't know what yet. Okay. Gonna move along here. It's not open. This. Foreman's copy, do not remove from sight. Realms, Sigils of the Past and Par by Professor R. Willard. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring to realm sigils, those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. This book was written to make simple the understandings of these fascinating glyphs and clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that have to tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, each variation tells the story of the land. Even adorned borders around the sigils have special meaning. To understand the realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of four things: the core, the dividing lines, the moats, rays, the moats, and the border. The core. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape, each different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind that name. Still, it is important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all the other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. Several examples, and then it's torn out. The rays forth from the core will come standing lines splitting the sigil from sigil to another. Counting the sigil will reveal. I don't know. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat, the scorched air, and blazing sun cause the otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of three vertical lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning-shaped ray is used. A ray dotted with falling circles is used to for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. Windy weather is displayed on sigils by the use of bent curved lines, rays buckling under high winds. Moats. Each sigil floating between rays are small figures called moats. For the shape and style of the moats used on a sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed, if they consider themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic or economic fortune. Tribal, a primitive realm, hunter and gatherers, agricultural, harvest and farming based society and culture. Martial, military, in generations spanning arguments. Metropolitan, large cities with a dense urban and populous center. Academic, a center for knowledge, advanced in various scholarly pursuits. These realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Industrial, engineering-driven culture, spiritual, poetic. Around each sigil is an adorned edge as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. The borders always correspond to the banner and national colors of the specific realm: white, black, red, violet, pink, green, yellow, orange, and white. Putting it all together, by setting the core arrays and motes, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously. So, red crossed out banners, martial, fog. Banners, martial, fog. Interesting. I should probably write that down as well. That's not open. That's the chessboard. Check that I didn't miss anything in here. Right, so something to do with the chessboard. That's closed off. Alright, so I've discovered what I can for now. I've read that note. Alright, I'm gonna go back up. So, fascinating that that's unlocked. Can my sledgehammer get me through here? No. What about under here now that the mine's unlocked and all the torches are lit? Nope. Yep, this is still blocked off. Okay, so still more to find. Well, thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoy my content, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.